Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Johnny Bottles. Welcome to the Squared Circle Maniacs Pro Wrestling Podcast, the fastest moving pro wrestling podcast and pro wrestling podcastery, or something like that. To my left is Dr. Don Wayne, the neckbeard psychologist. You know him, you love him from Twitter. Folks, I'm glad we're gathered together this Thursday evening in later times, happier times than what we were last week, Don. And that loss that we had last week still cast a pall over the wrestling world. People still aren't happy, Don, and people are still mourning the loss of Terry Bollea, a.k.a. Hulk Hogan.
Thank you all again for joining us. We're going to talk about a lot of things today. AEW show, of course, our SummerSlam preview. Cody Rhodes had a lot to say. We're going to cover the autopsy that came out on Hulk Hogan, his official cause of death, of course. But yeah, like you said, I was really impressed with SmackDowns. We talked about it last Thursday. SmackDown had a really nice tribute to Hulkster. They had another one Monday, and they had the final one, I guess, Tuesday on NXT, which was real quick. Just a 10-bell salute, which needed to happen because he was the shoulders for which that company was built upon. Anybody who wants to say otherwise, put on your go-to-hell pants. I don't want to hear from you. It's just what it is. Super Chat's open. You got something to say? You got something you want to talk about? I enjoyed the tribute. I'm not going to lie, as a fan, as a huge Hogan fan, Bottles, that stuck with me until about Wednesday. Wednesday, I started coming out of the haze that was the funk of the disbelief, right? That's when I started feeling like, all right, life moves on. I'm sad that he's gone. It was terrible. But hey, man, here we go, right?
Yeah, it was tough for a lot of people. A lot of people who grew up in that era. Today's fans in the IWC, the 20-year-olds, the 15, 16-year-olds, don't understand it. They weren't raised in that. I guarantee you, if Will Ospreay passed away 10 years from now, they would be all upset about that. When Bryan Danielson goes, they'll be all upset about that. When Tony Khan goes, he was the guy that booked my childhood. If your childhood consists of 29 Canadian destroyers, 16 front flips, and 19 tombstone pile drivers on the ring apron.
And thank you for watching us all the way out to Sydney, Australia. I see we got viewers. So we appreciate you taking the time to join us today.
Cindy's in town? Oh, I thought you said Cindy's in town. Or brother
I didn't date Cindy. You might have.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Was that your show?
What's that?
Welcome to the shit show known as Bottles Love Child. Juan's in the house. Do you think TK and the AEW roster took notes on how a wrestling company is run and how talent work together while watching WWE Unreal? We're going to talk about Unreal a little bit. I've only watched one episode. Bottles watched one episode. I'm not going to dye my entire lot of life in there. Let's go and get into it, I guess, since you brought it up. We get to go there first, right, Bottles?
Why not? Thank you, Juan, for the $5.
Thank you again, Juan. We appreciate it. So I watched one episode of WWE Unreal, right? And Dave Meltzer had a lot to say about WWE Unreal. And I was like, well, shit, man, it must just be a terrible show. But I'll watch it and see what's going on. Come to find out, Tony Khan today was asked, did he watch the first episode? You know what his answer was?
No.
He hasn't watched a single episode. Hasn't watched one episode. He talked all this shit about this show, and the man did not watch a single episode. Do you know how weird that is to just be that tribalistic as a quote-unquote reporter, and that's all you could say is, I didn't watch it, but it looks really bad. It looks really bad, but I haven't watched it. Shut up, Dave. Yeah, I watched it. I've also heard the reports. It's turning out to where they're trying to make Triple H look like Dana White. Unless this thing takes a massive turn somewhere that I don't see going, I don't see that at all right now.
That's a Meltzer quote right there. Someone who was very involved with said the idea was Levesque's. It's a vehicle for Levesque, and they were trying to present Levesque as Dana White with the idea that the star of the mastermind is Levesque, and the wrestlers come and go. They're just pieces of the game, I guess. They're just pieces. That was Dave Meltzer's assessment of the show, a show that he never watched.
He hasn't watched. It's a show he hasn't watched.
Don, when your eyes are only open 1/8 of an inch, it's very, very hard to watch a TV show. I don't know how he does it with wrestling. He must have those things that were in Clockwork Orange where he pry your eyelids open to watch a show. He looks like Emperor Hirohito now. Go ahead.
Superman, the movie that's out right now, sucks ass. And you know how I know that?
How?
Because I've seen enough previews to make my own judgment from it. It's all about the dog. I'm sure of that now. I've never seen it, but I'm sure it's all about that stupid dog.
the dog plays a big part, but then again, the dog played a part in the comics too.
I'm just saying, like, he's jumping off cliffs without a parachute. He's saying the dumbest shit ever. I watched this. They did the opening segment was really about CM Punk's return. They had a really nice segment.
We're talking about Superman, and what are we into now? We're back to.
I'm comparing. Yes, stick with me.
You're starting to get like the guy that we used to work for in the old channel.
Stick with me.
What do you think if Michael Jordan got picked up by a UFO? Are we doing this now?
No, stay with me.
Go ahead.
You can't tell me how something is if you haven't seen it. That's completely ridiculous and absurd. You can't have an opinion if you didn't watch. You're being an asshole, to put it bluntly. That's all you're being is an asshole.
You haven't watched Superman, and you got an opinion about Superman. I thought it was a fine film.
I was kidding.
Comic book geek.
Bottles.
Oh, I didn't know you were kidding.
Pick up the sarcasm. If you didn't pick up the sarcasm, let me lay it all a little bit thicker.
I haven't seen it was your usual vitriol.
I haven't seen the Fantastic Four yet, but I've seen enough previews to think that it's going to be garbage. How's that? Is that enough sarcasm laid on? I don't know what it's going to be like because I haven't seen the damn thing.
You laid it on with a spackle, pal. A sarcastic spackle.
But again, back to the Unreal. This is what I took away from it. They did a behind the scenes where you got some looks at Rhea Ripley. Dude, she's into some dark, weird shit. I'm just going to say that. I figured she was. She's got some weird shit hanging up on her walls, man. Like,
you see her tattoos without the stockings?
Yes, I know. But let's get a little bit more grounded in reality. The CM Punk segment on his return was good. You could still tell that there was some ego between him and Triple H talking about his return. Triple H, with his ballyhoo was like, we talked a couple of times and said it just wasn't ready. He wasn't ready to come back. Trips, you don't walk on water, dude. Like, you were an asshole when he was there. Both things can be true. You know what I mean?
In that pipe bomb, he referred to Triple H as the doofus son-in-law.
Yeah.
The doofus.
Both can be true. You came out of retirement to hand CM Punk a loss because you had a personal issue with the guy. That's all I'm saying. So both can be true. The one thing that got my attention that as the show kept going, they really went into. They showed you a few times in the writers' room that was going on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
JWR, I did see your message, by the way. We're going to come to that in just a minute, buddy. But I did see that, and I was like, okay, it's a couple times in the writers' room, and then they really emphasized the gorilla position. Did you know that? Like, they showed it's Monsoon that they lay down first, and then they lay the rug down over top of him so it doesn't damage him. I thought that was awesome.
That does sound, yeah. That's a nice touch. The gorilla position we've always envisioned, the way it looks, the way it's set up. I think some of it was featured in some of the documentaries that were on the network.
Right.
Beyond the Mat had bits and pieces of the gorilla position back there. We saw Tony Khan's gorilla position. And the thing that really, my interest in this show is, what if Michael Hayes, Bruce Pritchard, and Road Dogg left the company? Who would help Triple H actually book these shows? Do you see Abyss rising up?
Yeah.
Good guy Abyss. William Regal, I think he could do it also. They would be next in line. And
what I took sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, but you brought it up, so I want to mention this. They really did a good job on the backstage of the gorilla position, which was hilarious. Because if you did watch Beyond the Mat, back in the day, it was just Vince and another guy at the desk, and that was it.
Screaming.
Just calling shit on the monitor. And he's literally watching a little monitor, screaming,
"You fucked it all up! Say it, you son of a bitch! Say it! Say it like I said it!" That's how he would talk to Michael Cole.
Yes,
Good
he
Lord
did.
Almighty.
Yes.
He alienated Mick Foley. Mick Foley left the company.
Yeah.
He was an announcer. And
how does he talk to you guys like that every night?
I did not know that the agents who put the match together, the timing and all that, and the moves and all, I don't know if the agents actually sat there at Gorilla and gave cues to the referee that passed them along to the talent. I didn't know that.
I had heard and seen a couple of rumors about that, so I wasn't overly surprised. But that's sort of where I feel like the WWE has got to get away from that shit, man. Let the wrestlers wrestle. Let them call it in the ring. Let them do their thing. You guys call them this shit that aren't in front of the fans. You don't know how they feel, or you don't know how the fans are reacting. That's one thing that I think is missing from wrestling. win them in the ring and you lose them in the ring. 1, 2, 3. Let it happen more naturally. It doesn't have to be a constant variety show of that. But the Netflix buildup, I forgot how cool that building looked on the very first Netflix, and they did a really good job highlighting it. Yes. You remember all the lights and all the chairs? It was amazing looking.
Yes. The drones flying around and all that. They just put on a tour de force of TV sports production. Not talking just wrestling production, TV sports production. It looked like an NFL football or NBA game, the way they had it shot, filmed and all that. The cinematography of it.
You know what? So the NFL was sort of messing around with drones some. They had it on that big swing camera crane is the way they would do it. It was on this big crane. I'm wondering now if somebody at ESPN took a look, or at NFL took a look at what WWE was doing. I was like, we need to be doing that. We need a drone to fly straight over the damn play right before it takes place as they're breaking the huddle, and have that shot and have it turn around so you can see the field as it develops. That would be cool as shit. NFL, absolutely. If you're watching, I mean, it's a hit and a half for your ass, mother trucker.
There you go.
So I got into this, and they broke down how, Rhea Ripley's injury happened. She was heartbroken. That knot on her shoulder that's there is, dude, I didn't really pay attention to it until she brought up. That shit is huge. She's got a defined knot there. But the highlight of the entire thing was how it ended, which was, Punk versus Seth Rollins, right? And Abyss was the agent for the match, and he had all these spots built in, and they were running long. And then they cut to Bruce Pritchard, who says, everybody thinks that we've got 2.5, 3 hours to do this. We don't. We've got a hard stop time. I said, okay, Bruce.
It's a streaming show.
You guys haven't, Bruce, you guys haven't done a straight 2.5 hours, whatever the time is, yet. It's all over the map, pal. You haven't done it once.
And one episode without commercials was 1 hour and 45 minutes without commercials.
Yeah.
And this past show was 2 hours and 49 minutes.
Yeah.
Without commercials. It was insane. I said, this show is this long? Good Lord. So I started fast forwarding through entrances and through the promo packages and all that. I noticed that, Don. I noticed that the competition has picked up some cues from WWE production. We'll go into that when we talk about the, our review of the show that happened last night. Don't make me say its name.
I'm not. But
yeah, they picked up some
cues. To go down this point was that Abyss was calling it. It was running long. He's screaming into the microphone on what they need to cut out. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Go home. Go home.
Cut the Anaconda Vice.
Go home.
Yeah. So he was going to put him in the Anaconda Vice, and they cut that whole sequence out. And Ron Zapata, the referee, if you watch the referee, he's relaying shit to people in the ring.
Yeah.
You don't even see him saying anything hardly.
No.
He's like, go home. You're going to have to go home. No,
cut the Anaconda Vice. Cut the Anaconda Vice. Cut the Vice. Cut the Vice. So
when you see when you see a wrestler down on the mat, that's just got a move done to him or her, and the other wrestler's standing off to the side, the ref's not just asking, "Are you okay?" He's probably saying, "They want you to go ahead and go straight to the finisher, or
right?
Do a reversal of his go to sleep." Things like that. The ref says to, "Go fuck yourself.
Go home, dumbass.
Go to fuck home."
So this all happened after it's all over with. You've got Bruce Pritchard over there with the wrestler Abyss. I don't know what his name is now. I'm not trying to figure it out. And Abyss is apologizing profusely. He's like, "I'm sorry it ran over. I know it ran over. I'm terribly sorry." And you've got what's his name? The William Lord William Regal and Triple H is there. And for some reason, Bruce Pritchard go, "Oh, no problem at all. Just it went fucking long. They had too many fucking boos, blah, blah, blah. It was this too long. It was that too long. But other than that, it was perfect." And he's like, "Man, I'm sorry. Like, I tried my best to get this locked." He's like, "Oh, yeah, other than that, it was perfect." And this dude, Abyss, is like, seriously, like, "Man, I feel like he's really pissed off at me." And I guess this was his first big moment to actually call the match and get in this position.
No, he's done that before. He's been agents for several matches in the past. I
mean, in this position, everybody loves the event. I mean, in this specific,
right?
See what I'm saying?
Because
otherwise, why is William Regal saying you should be really proud of this? Don't worry about it. because he said that to him over and over again. And I don't know if they were just playing to the cameras, but Bruce Pritchard came off as a total asshole to me at the end of this show.
And people say that the whole first episode shows that Abyss is one of the nicest guys in the company.
Yeah.
Which people have said, wrestlers have said, he's a great guy. He's receptive to all of our ideas. You want to figure out how to do a move in like a street fight, things like that, which is, he used to do garbage matches when he was Abyss. That's the guy to go to backstage. That guy. I forgot his name. Joe, Jim, Jimmy Joe, John, Billy Ray Taylor, Tucker Thomas. I don't know his name. But he's one of the nicest freaking guys in wrestling, they say.
But I'm looking forward to the next episode. I thought this was worth the watch. Again, if you watch every week or you keep up with what's going on with the product, you're not going to get a whole lot out of it, but there's a couple of things that I thought was noteworthy that I really enjoyed. So I will keep watching it, and I'm going to see where it goes. There's another big story that came up this week. And Warrior, I've been saving this, buddy. We appreciate your $4.99. We want to talk about this because this Bottles was all giddy about this. Giddy as a schoolgirl on her first day in a new dress.
Drop the super chat. I'm rubbing my nipples. I'm so excited.
Have you guys heard the judge in the Moxley case wants ownership info unredacted, or he's sending the case back to the state? AEW redacted the ownership info. Thank you for the $4.99. We appreciate you, Warrior. And this is definitely a topic we wanted to talk about, because why is he hiding who owns the company?
The company is owned. It's a sub-company. It's owned by Beatnik LLC. Or Beatnik Enterprises. I forgot the exact verbiage of the whole thing. Let me go back and click my bookmark and see what they actually said here. My bookmark.
The whole problem is it shouldn't matter who owns the company in any way, shape, or form for what's going on, unless, in my opinion, you've got some shady shit going on behind the scenes that you don't want people looking too deep into your books. That's sort of how I took this. Otherwise, why would you care about exposing the ownership name of your wrestling company, right? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
I'm going to read you from our friends at Ringside News, the great Steve Carrier. I'll crack. Here's the Steve Carrier, by the way, if you know. Those who know. Steve Carrier. He says that in a 5-page order issued on July 29th, which was my birthday, by the way, Judge Matthew F. Lehman denied AEW's motion to keep a critical affidavit under seal. The affidavit outlines who owns AEW's parent company, Beatnik Investments, LLC, which I would assume also owns the Jaguars.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Nope. You don't think everything's under one umbrella? That affidavit outlines who owns AEW's parent company, Beatnik Investments, LLC. AEW tried to keep the information private, claiming public disclosure could lead to identity theft.
No, see, this
AI fraud.
Come on, man.
Or affect the company's assets and liabilities of ownership. The judge wasn't buying it. AEW offers nothing more than unsubstantiated privacy concerns, Judge Lehman wrote, adding those concerns fell short of justifying the filing of the, I got to rock my head back, dude. I got bifocals. Justifying the filing of the Graham affidavit under seal. The court gave AEW until August 5th, basically to sort everything out, unredact everything, come clean as to who actually is an owner of AEW.
So if you're wondering what day that is, that's Tuesday coming up. They've got to either reveal this or it's going back down to the state level.
And we'll go back to the state of Michigan from federal court. AEW wants to try it in federal court. And essentially, I believe the federal court is in Jacksonville, in Florida. That's why. I believe the guy, what's his name? What's this dude's name? It doesn't matter. Kenny Cameraman. Kenny Cameraman lives in Michigan. That's where it was filed. So that's what we've got going on there. And I say, and I floated this theory, and so did other pundits out there on the interwebs, that David H.D. Meltzer, and the H.D. stands for Hair Dye Meltzer. David Hair Dye Meltzer is a co-owner of AEW. Doesn't have to be a massive stake. It could be a 3% stake. Why is this man so psychotic about pushing his type of wrestling and shitting all over WWE? What say you, Don Wayne?
I have no idea why the hell it would even matter. TKO is a known commodity. They're publicly traded. Everybody knows who they are.
I'll tell you
again. It doesn't
matter.
Why
it matters? You know why it matters? Because if Dave Meltzer is a co-owner of AEW,
you're talking about Dave. You're talking about Dave.
He could be sued in this lawsuit, and he could lose everything. That guy could say, I got another guy in this. Okay, well, he's going to pay $100,000 or $200,000. Tony Khan's going to pay me $1 million to go away. It's a win-win situation for the guy who filed the lawsuit.
Yeah, because some dirt's getting revealed. Tony Khan's trying to hide it. Your money can't buy everything out. You hurt a guy that should have happened. I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. Thank you again, Warrior JWR. We're going to keep up on this. And come Tuesday, I'm sure the tweets are going to get wild and crazy. There's also some news on some Cody Rhodes action. He sat down with the interview and actually discussed for the first time in a long time his entire point of leaving AEW.
Yes.
He said there's clearly bad blood, but there's also clearly respect and love. The way I kind of see it is if I ever felt disrespected at WWE, that's one thing. It's the Yankees. That's the flagship of it all. I was a number on a sheet, maybe, but feeling disrespected at something I built with my friends, I wouldn't stand for. It was one of those where it was like, fuck it. I did way more than you think, and you're going to find out the moment I'm out the door. And ever since Cody Rhodes has left that company, the ratings have gone down. The tickets have gone down. The merch was never there. Nothing has been positive since he left the company. What he said is completely right. He felt disrespected. He felt like they owed him more than they did, and they just sort of walked him out the door.
The other rumor going around is that for the first year, maybe 2 years of the company when Cody was there, he helped book the shows. And I believe that wholeheartedly. I believe wholeheartedly he helped format and book those shows.
I would not doubt it at all. Some of the matches were more palpable. I still am not a fan of them doing 500 moves and nobody selling shit. That's not my thing. It's never going to be my thing.
Right.
But I'm with you.
And the Jacksons have come out on Twitter saying that, they just wish they were respected more. The Jackson 5, yes. The Young Bucks, Randy and Tito, the Young Bucks.
Can we stop calling them the Young Bucks? I'm just calling them the Bucks. They're not the young nothing anymore. They're middle-aged mid.
The middle-aged Bucks.
I'll just call them middle-aged. The MM. Middle-aged men are coming out to have a match.
It's going to come.
Which, by the way, thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notifications button.
Okay. Did the one young buck whose hairline was receding? He doesn't wear the headband anymore. It looks like he's got a little more hair in the front. Have you noticed?
I don't pay enough attention. I
think that, I really don't. I always scrutinize that sort of thing.
I'm going to be honest with you. When they come on the TV, dude, I'm either flipping through my phone or flipping the channel. I don't give two monkey fucks what they're doing in that ring. I do not care because it's the same match every week. You know what you're going to see every week. I do have some news here that sort of caught me off guard. I didn't know this. Did you know that Bianca Belair was hurt?
Yeah, she broke her fingers, broke her hand. I think she had to get a tendon sewn back in. It was pretty jacked up. She wrestled the remainder of a match in her last match with a torn tendon at broken fingers.
She hasn't had a match, they said, from what I read now, in 3 months. I didn't even know she was hurt. They kept that. I don't remember reading anything about it. I don't remember hearing anything about it. And you want to know what's really amazing? They kept her relevant the whole time. You saw her all the time on television.
Right. Oh yeah.
That's pretty good, man. That's how you keep a star in front of the people and they don't forget about them. That's pretty cool.
Back in the day, even in the Attitude Era, when someone was hurt, there was an extra seat on commentary. Or they were second in one of their guys, one of their friends outside the ring. Those people didn't disappear. They were in backstage segments just talking, even if they had a bad wheel. Look at Brian Pillman from the motorcycle accident.
Yeah.
When he was able to walk, he was on TV all the time. He couldn't wrestle, but he was on TV all the time. Go ahead. What do we got next time?
So that was pretty cool. I want to talk about Hulk Hogan real quick. Did we talk about him yet? Did we talk about?
We didn't talk about. We didn't go to a lot of details.
I don't want to get into a lot of details. It was confirmed he died of a heart attack.
Yes.
They found out they revealed he also had a form of leukemia.
Yes.
And he had something else, but I can't remember all the details of it. It's just, to put it mildly, he was in bad health at the end. And I feel bad, but
chronic lymphocytic leukemia, a type of cancer affecting white blood cells. There had been no public mention of Hogan battling cancer prior to his death. Maybe, like you said when we were on the phone, maybe he didn't know it. The documents further listed a history of AFib, a condition that causes a regular and often rapid heartbeat.
So his ticker was off rhythm, is the best way to put it. That happens all the time. I've had relatives with it. A lot of times they put in a pacemaker to relegate that. He didn't want to do it from what I've read. So
no, that's one of the problems that Triple H is dealing with. He's got a pacemaker. Yes. Ric Flair's got a pacemaker.
I want to talk about that real quick. But the real story, the real news was that Vince McMahon was in a major car wreck the day that he found out that the one and only Hulk Hogan had died. Block Larry with the 10 spot when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. Yes. Larry is also a huge Cubs fan. We lost Ryan Sandberg this week. When I was a kid, Ryan Sandberg was the Cubs, him and Andre Dawson. It's sad that we're losing all these legends that we grew up with as kids. I mean, Ryan Sandberg was why I watched WGN and the Cubbies, even when they sucked back then, because he was an all-world player, and you didn't get those very well. Right. So rest in peace, Ryan.
Doing these Hogan tributes, it would have been cool if they would have gotten someone to do a slowed down acoustic version of Real American to play as the song in the background. If you go on YouTube, you can find people doing that. But if that
it's all over.
They would have found...
You're right, because it's all over every social media thing that I found, and nobody at the WWE was like, "Hey, you know what would be a good idea if we follow what the social media influencers are doing, because they've got a pretty good idea over here."
Right. Maybe they didn't want to pay the royalties to Rick Derringer. Who knows? His estate would have got the royalties for that. It's $1 billion company. They could have shelled out a few shekels for that. But anyway, when it comes crashing down, it hurts inside. That slow version of it just kicks ass, man. Great song.
But
great song.
Back to the Vince McMahon car wreck. He happened to wreck the same day at around the same time from what I've seen. And I got a theory on this, Bottles. I think Hulk Hogan was going down the road. This news broke on his radio, and he went blank because he nailed somebody, from what I read, that was at a complete stop at a red light. Like they were stopped, and he hit them full speed trucking.
You want to hear her Facebook post? This is the woman that got hit.
Okay, sure.
Her name's Barbara Duran. Lucky
and
to survive.
I ran so far away.
You got the wrong group. It's Barbara Duran. Barbara Duran. Lucky to have survived the horrific car crash on the way up to catch the ferry to Martha's Vineyard last Thursday morning. Both cars totaled. Vince McMahon. She's even added him at Mr. McMahon, # Vince McMahon, former chair of the WWE, hit me going between 80 to 90 miles an hour as I drove in the right lane of the narrow Merritt Highway, built in the 1930s. I and the dog are mostly fine, but was lucky to have kept control of the car, more or less, as I shot off the road after being catapulted over 100 yards. An unmarked state trooper had been following McMahon as he sped in and out of cars down the highway. And I had just turned the lights on. He had just turned his lights on to pull McMahon over, but he was not in time. Both front wheels of McMahon's Bentley were sheared off. His airbags deployed, probably saving him from significant injury. The trooper told me afterwards that McMahon saw me at the last minute and swerved, smashing into my left rear. But that if he had hit me full on, it might have been a different ending for me. Amazing that no other cars were hit, and that I got out of the car hand shaky for a good 20 minutes. But otherwise, seemingly unscathed. Stiff neck later, of course, blah, blah, blah. Full battery of hospital scans and blood work. Time will tell, I'm told. Hulk Hogan, who made McMahon's fame and fortune, died about the same time as the accident.
See? I'm telling you, he was driving. The news hit. He was flying like a bat out of hell because he zoned out. Was like, what the fuck? Didn't know what he was doing. Came to, and there it is. Hit, bam, thank you, bam.
Here's his car.
That's what happened. I'm stuck to it. Oh, yeah, the car is insane. And if you don't know, those cars are
completely destroyed.
Yeah, just gone. So here's my other advice to Vince McMahon. Quit driving, asshole. You're damn near 80. Get a driver. You can afford it. There's no need for you to be doing 80 miles an hour at your age like a lunatic, asshole.
Tell me how you really feel.
That just, dude, there's no need for people to be doing that kind of dumb shit. And it really is. It's just dumb shit. There was also,
Don,
speaking of Hogan.
Go ahead. Are you going to bring up the great state of Florida?
Nope. I was going to leave that to you in a minute, but JR commented on Hulk Hogan's death.
Yes.
And said that he was paranoid and not easy to work with and blah, blah, blah. And he said some nice things, but when he said that, I was like, JR, you wrote a book. You wrote a couple of books where you have openly admitted you were not always easy to work with. You were paranoid and you were worried about your spot. Do you think maybe it's the competition that causes all this in such a high intense job? And that he's not just an asshole. He's just, hey man, I replaced this guy. They can replace me with this guy. So JR, there's certain comments that just don't need to be made. I just want to point that out real quick. That's all. Please go ahead about the state of Florida.
Is he 75, 76 years old?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
He's got no business being around any microphone whatsoever. Rod DeSantis, in honor of a great Floridian, Hulk Hogan, we're lowering the flags at the Capitol and in Pinellas County tomorrow. Additionally, I'm officially declaring tomorrow, August 1st, 2025, as Hulk Hogan Day in Florida. Rest in peace, brother. That's how he signed off on it.
That's
so
cool.
It's official.
Good for him. Good for Florida, man. They should. He's been a lot to Florida. He lived all over the state. He paid a shitload of taxes, so good for him.
Yeah.
I did want to cover one other bit. Raw, I'm going to get through this real quick. We talked about the tribute. Look, Raw was just sort of a placeholder for me. Sort of.
While I got this up on the screen, before we go into Raw, I just want to mention one thing. Why is Charlotte Flair training The Rock's daughter? Have you seen the videos on Twitter?
Yes, you know why, but it's just one of those deals where I just do not give a shit.
I'm just curious.
I just don't care.
She's the GM at NXT. I guess they're trying to get her ready for a match. I don't know what's going on. Maybe bring her up, have her join the Alexa Charlotte tag team. Have it be a trio. Who the hell knows?
Thank you again, Larry. Raw had two spots I want to talk about that really intrigued me. CM Punk and Gunther had a really good segment. The face-to-face is really good. I'm looking forward to this match. I can't wait to see where this goes. I hope like hell we crown CM Punk's ass. I hope this finally happens. God knows they've teased it for too long now. And the other part was the original tribal chief got his ass handed to him by Seth Rollins' group. And he got the spear he and Jay Uso took was amazing from Braun Breaker. And then it happened, the coolest spot of the entire show. Care to recap that?
The coolest spot in the entire show was
the very end.
At the very end, when Bronson Reed took Roman Reigns' sneakers off and said, "These are mine now."
Dude, he jacked him like a high school bully in the 8th grade. It was the greatest spot ever. He took both his shoes off and said, "These are mine now."
Right.
Just amazing, man. Absolutely amazing. SummerSlam is coming. I'm hoping that when we get to SummerSlam, it is a nonstop surprise factory fest where they sort of reset the mechanism, if you will. We get back to doing something different. There's been a good card here announced. There's a lot of matches so far, just from what we see. Do you want to go through these real quick and make your picks?
Sure. What do you got?
Sami Zayn, Karrion Kross. I'm taking Karrion Kross.
Same here. He needs a big win on a big stage.
Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. I'm taking Roman Reigns and his team.
I would think so, yes. Considering the way they left them on Raw.
Women's tag champs, the Judgment Day versus Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. I think Alexa and Charlotte win because Liv Morgan comes back and interferes.
That soon from shoulder surgery?
She ain't got to wrestle. She's just got to fuck them over.
I guess you can push somebody off of a turnbuckle with one arm.
I mean, Bianca Belair was on our TV for months, and we had no idea she was hurt.
Oh, I knew she had a broken hand, but
I didn't know it was that bad to where she couldn't wrestle.
Yeah.
Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew and Logan. There's no way Jelly Roll doesn't win this. And I'm curious to see what kind of a match this is. How fast before Jelly Roll blows up?
I don't know, but he's lost 300 pounds. And he's been training at the Performance Center. So,
women's match, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade. I'm taking Jade.
Yes.
Time to crown her, and it won't be long. She won't be a long-time champion. And world champion Gunther versus Punk. I'm going Punk.
And Punk will be a champ for probably 2 minutes. When Seth Rollins comes in and whacks him with a crutch, throws up the Money in the Bank briefcase, and pins CM Punk.
And it might be that way. It just might go down that way. I wouldn't be surprised to see it. On tonight, 2 WWE Tag Team Championship, Wyatt 6 versus DIY versus Street. This is just a complete nonsense versus Street Profits versus Praxium versus Motor City versus Andrade and Ray Phoenix. This is too much bullshit for a TLC match. But I do think the Motor City Machine Guns win it back here.
This could be anybody's game.
I'm going to go take a dump match. I do not give a shit about this at all.
You'd have to leave it on if you want people to care about the Wyatt 6, leave it on the Wyatt 6 for at least a few more weeks or whatever. Put it on Andrade and Ray Phoenix.
But here's an idea.
Oh, what's that?
Keep him in a fucking angle for more than 3 weeks, and I can see him and get used to him and actually get some personality out of this shit. It's the same shit, different day, every time with the Wyatt clan. Every time they get heated up, and then they just leave.
It's a lot of the same old in the booking for the peripheral figures. The lower mid card figures in WWE. It's very, very blase. And this SummerSlam just isn't getting it for me. I'm just not excited.
It's not.
I could care less.
This hasn't been the best year.
The Punk and Rollins thing I'm interested in. Anything else on the card I could care less about.
No, I've got a couple of points I want to care about here. Intercontinental Championship, Dominic Mysterio versus AJ. I think Dominic wins. I am hook, line, and sinker in on Dominic. You think AJ wins? I
think they'll give AJ the IC title before he finally retires. They want to make AJ, the thing is to be a Triple Crown winner in WWE. Have them all. U.S. title, IC title, heavyweight championship.
No.
Tag team championship.
No.
I think so. I think yes.
Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notifications button. United States Championship, Solo Sikoa, who has never lost to Jacob Fatu in a steel cage. He loses here, I think. I think Jacob gets it back now.
I don't think so. I think they're going to beat down Jacob. They're going to climb in the steel cage, all his boys, the MFTs, and beat the hell out of Jacob Fatu. And handcuff him to the cage. They're going to do all that shtick. They're really making a blood feud.
It could be that. I'm not saying it's not, but we got a difference of opinion here on 2 matches so far. Okay. Women's Intercontinental.
With everything, do we? Do we have to agree about everything?
You better think I'm right on everything, or we can fight in the yard. I will bring my Hulk Hogan flag, and you bring whatever shit you got.
I don't even know if that's PG.
Good Lord. The hell's going on around here?
Women's IC match, Becky Lynch versus Laura Valkyria. I think this is the blow-off. Becky Lynch is going home after this. School's about to start back up, and she's got to put her daughter back in school. Okay. World Championship, Naomi versus Io Sky versus Rhea. Rhea's getting the title back. It's time to start making the run to Mania with Rhea. That's what I think right now is what they're about to do. It's Rhea running to Mania time.
I don't think
to have the final or they might even be, well, it's not going to be Survivor Series, but it might be Mania where her and Charlotte finally have the one to settle the score.
I don't think so.
Who do you think wins then?
I think either Naomi retains or Io Sky wins that belt back. I think that Rhea will win the belt from a one-on-one match. That's what I think. Book her in a one-on-one match and she'll win the belt.
You gotta pick one, god damn it. You can't just sit on the fence like the cowboy rattling that post.
I think that Naomi retains. And you could have Rhea Ripley win that belt back on an episode of Netflix for the rating pop.
You probably could, or SmackDown for that matter. You could have Rhea go to the other brand.
Well, Naomi is a Raw talent now.
Yeah. Last
Pardon the
match,
expression.
Undisputed Championship, Cena versus Cody Rhodes street fight. John Cena wins, but something bad happens in the end that causes Cody Rhodes to turn total heel. That's my thought, because Cody's going away for a while after this, as is Roman Reigns.
I don't think Cody will turn heel now.
By the way, if you saw the open for the show, there was a part in there where Triple H was talking to Cody, and he said, "You white meat babyface the shit out of this until it's time to turn, and when it's time to turn, we're going to turn big." I think we're getting real close.
Could be getting close. Could be getting close. Would he win the belt from Cena? You think he would win the belt from Cena this soon? This soon?
No. That's what I'm saying. He's going to get screwed somehow, and he's going to go crazy and go total heel.
And then Cena will go face. It's got to be something where they can have.
I think Cena goes back face. Thing,
he's got at the end of this whole run, whether it's going to be in October, November, December, he's going to have to turn babyface again and go out the right way. Lose the belt, go out the right way on his back. Of course, he doesn't have to be a champ to go out on his back.
Right. Don't have to Bryan Danielson this shit, or Daniel Bryanson, or whatever his name is.
I don't think it's going to happen. The turn's going to happen this weekend, but I think it will happen.
I think it is
soon, but not this weekend.
The double turn is coming. To everything, turn. Cody's a heel. I'm ready to talk about some AEW shit show factory. I put a tweet out last night that pissed off the neckbeards to no end. Suck it, losers. I don't give a shit what you think. It was bad from start to finish. This show was a bag of ass. They do not have an idea of what's going on. 1,100 people were in this goddamn castle of woe last night that I had to sit through, and I couldn't stand it. I bailed on the Ricochet match at the end. This shit was awful.
Who booked this show? Who formatted this show? Who put the main event on at 9:00?
Well, here's the thing. They say they're having meetings in the back now. I don't believe it for a minute.
No.
Who are they meeting with?
They're probably having a meeting. Tony's having a meeting in his car, driving down a highway, while the other guys are in their cars driving down a highway.
With himself. What do you think you should do? What do you think I should do? I don't know. I'm you. No, you're me. Talking in a mirror like a madman.
Like a psychotic.
Put the belts on Kyle Fletcher. It's too soon. What about Billy Ocean Spray? He has to have back surgery. I love him.
It's neck surgery, not back surgery.
Whatever, pal. Whatever, man. Give up. Anyway, let's get to this. They did a Hangman Moxley all-in recap because we haven't seen that already. Which, by the way, have they ever dropped the ball harder than they are right now? They had all that momentum from All In. The diehards loved it. They had 25,000 people there. Probably 18,000 actually paid to be there. And then they go to this shithole of a closet factory to have their next 6 shows.
The funny thing with a Texas death match, Don, that's usually anything goes, and it's the blow off of a feud.
Right.
The Texas death match. They did this shit in reverse. They had the Texas death match first. Then they had a multi-man tag match with both participants. And now they finally had another match, a singles match for the belt. It was in reverse. I don't understand what's going on. I just don't know.
Again, I'm not going to be upset about it, but the Bucks versus the Outrunners was the open of the show, and everything about the Bucks right now, just I don't care to watch. Even what they're trying to do with them being stripped of MVPs, the announcer was like, Matt and Nick Jackson. No one gives a shit, and they're trying to make a big deal out of something that no one gives a shit about, and everything that they do is acts.
The graphics said talent name.
Yes.
Didn't even say Young Bucks or whatever they are. Didn't say that at all.
Did you feel like that hit a spot with you? Like that was your sweet spot and it really popped you? You're like, oh, that's pretty good. Or you just go, guys, I'm not going to say it yet, but
that's
not the look
about the Young Bucks. If I never saw them again in a wrestling ring. I wouldn't give a shit about the Young Bucks. Don't care about them. I see one of the Young Bucks, I think it's Nick, is on the Adam Cole diet now. He's wasting away to nothing. If he picked up a weight in the last 2 months, it'd be, I'd have to see photographic proof of that. The other one looks like he's still in good shape. Nick Jackson doesn't look like he's worked out at all. He's spindly. And the whole gimmick is ridiculous. No one cares if you're a heel and you lost your EVP status. No one's cheering the fact that your limo's destroyed. Your EVP status is gone. You're in a shithole of a locker room, a broom closet. No one cares about that. No one cares about it whatsoever. Do you?
You know what I cared about in this match? That the Outrunners were dressed like a pack of Newports. That shit was ridiculous.
Yes.
Guys and gals, if you're paying attention, they were literally dressed like a pack of Newports, and it couldn't have been more obvious. The entire green stripe with the gold top, it was a box of Newports last night. Utterly insane. I tip my hat to the Outrunners. That was brilliant. I thought that was absolutely brilliant.
The Outrunners are a team that give you something different. They could have gone the opposite direction for what they did last night and have the Young Bucks get pinned by the Outrunners. No one cares about the Young Bucks if they win or lose. They just want them off their TV screens. Take someone who's on the cusp of being big and elevate them. That's what you're supposed to do. This whole show, it's the same old shit on top, in the top spots. The same old bullshit, week after week after week after week after week. The same old bullshit. I called Will Ospreay up and asked him about it because he's on the shelf. You know what Will Ospreay said?
I don't, and I still won't.
Get it? Part down, bro.
That's what he said.
Oh, I said there was a lot. Did you notice there was a lot of pitcher in this match? Like a lot of excessive pitcher in pitcher, like long 5-minute breaks because they were trying to get it out of the way for the main event at 9:00.
Right. Because they don't know how to format a TV show.
Well, this is true too. So I watched this and it just kept going. And there were 400 moves where nothing mattered and the Bucks win in typical Bucks fashion, where nothing mattered at all by the end of this thing.
Nothing
Agreed?
mattered. Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely.
This is where it gets utterly absurd. Okada comes out. The same Okada that the Bucks abandoned for 4 months when they went off television and left in the paper shredding incident of 2024 that was never followed up on. By the way, has anyone seen him?
No. Allegedly. Meltzer said allegedly he's been backstage, but they haven't used him in how long now? This year?
Longer than the Bucks now. Not at all this year, no.
He hasn't been on TV, on the AEW television this year at all.
No, you're right. Yeah, he hasn't because he lost the TNT title to the dancing goof last year. Then he lost it to whoever cares.
At World's End. At World's End.
Yeah. No, he lost it to Adam Cole. Then Adam Cole just abandoned it like a bad child.
Well, he had to because he's jacked up thanks to Kyle Fletcher. But at any rate, it's the same old crap over and over and over, Don. I mean, I tell you, I said, I don't know how I can watch this. Every week I pitch to him in the afternoon when he calls me up. How you should? I said, your favorite show's coming on tonight, Don. I don't know if I can watch it.
Okada comes down to celebrate. I said, what the hell is happening here? And
he's being represented by Callis. He's in Callis's camp now.
I know. Oh, just hang with me on this. Okada comes out. And I said, what the fuck is happening here? He helps the Bucks attack the Outrunners. Why? Now Swerve, his music hits, and he slowly sashays down to the ring, and they just stop kicking the shit out of the guys. They just stand there and look, and the Outrunners get up, and they begin beating up the Bucks while Okada just stands there looking like a moron. Don't worry. I don't hear any of this shit or feel the ring moving behind me. I'll just stay focused here. In comes Swerve. They kick the shit out of everybody. The Bucks powder and just leave Okada in there to get his ass kicked. This was dog shit.
Swerve Strickland could barely cut a promo. He could barely cut a promo. He loses track. He loses his place when he's in front of the live crowd. He repeats himself. He can't remember what he's supposed to say. The whole gimmick that got him over was the dancing manager, and whose house, and the music. That's it. That's it. That's what got him over. So you got to have that. You got to have that shit happening. Him dancing down the steps, down the ramp. Otherwise, it's not Swerve.
Hold on. Jeff Hardy has started a pandemic where if someone is getting the shit kicked out of them, you must come out and either dance and look at the crowd or slowly saunter to the room. You got to, my brother's getting his ass kicked. What y'all doing? It's the worst shit ever.
The shits.
He's just and the whole time, Prince Nana's dancing the whole way.
The whole time.
Like, I don't give a shit what's going on in there. Yo, dude, that was terrible.
I got up, got another beer. I came back to my seat. And Okada's magically outside the ring and Swerve's in the ring. He didn't even say a word. He's just like going like this. Now. Yeah.
Bitch. And then it comes from this. And I said, there's no way I can be any more confused after what I just said. Wrong. Mm-hmm. Wrong. We're going to get even more confused because Renee Paquette is backstage with Mark Briscoe and he's talking about MJF and Ricochet just saunters up out of fucking nowhere. He's 2 feet and just magically appears in your screen. And Mark Briscoe looks like he's shocked that this has happened. Ricochet says he's going to whip him and beat his ass. And then Mark Briscoe goes back to the camera and starts talking about MJF again. What the fuck are we doing?
It's the worst. Why? It's the worst. It's the worst. We're back in a loop with MJF and Mark Briscoe. We're back in that loop. He's got bigger problems. We'll get into that later. MJF does.
It's
why
nuts.
You keep going back to the well with Mark Briscoe? I like Mark Briscoe, but Mark Briscoe looks like the Circle K gas station meth head who's standing by the ice machine. Hey man, you got 75 cents on you? I sure would like one of them big gulps. I sure would like one of them sodas. That's what he looks like.
ADDEW.
ADDEW.
It's
Attention
the truth,
deficit
man.
Disorder, elite wrestling.
Extreme wrestling, elite wrestling. It's the truth. This thing
horrible.
went off the rails so fast. Thank you, Mark K, by the way. This thing went off the rails so fast. And then Ricochet interrupts him again. He did it twice. And they had to cut the camera back. This shit would not stop. And you just brought it up because guess what? It's the next part where MJF starts knocking on the Hurt People's door.
Right.
Shelton Benjamin says they're discussing with him, and he gets his weird watch back that falls apart. It's just dumb.
Bobby Lashley's not there. MVP's not there. Only Shelton's there for whatever ungodly reason he's there. And they actually let him cut a promo on MJF. Say it was a TMU Rolex. He threw it on the ground and exploded. That was the watch that MJF had on his wrist that he gave to those guys. He gave them that watch. And what I don't understand what's going on with, are they just wrapping that whole storyline up? It's done.
I don't know. Like that's what I told you. What if this is
it's
all supposed to be a big gotcha setup moment? And if it is, it's going to be like the corniest shit ever. If it is, it's the corniest thing ever. And if it's not, it's the worst thing they've done in all year. If it's not, it's the worst thing they've done all year.
You're putting too much thought into the booking process, thinking that's going to be a gotcha moment. No, I think that MJF can promo. He was promoing circles around those guys, and I would think that maybe MVP said, I don't think this is going. It's not getting over. It's not doing anything for us. I don't think we're going to do this anymore with MJF. We want him out of the Hurt business. That's what I think. Maybe they didn't want to be baby faces. Maybe they want to be straight up heels like they were when they first came in. The crowd made them baby faces. The crowd did.
This is dumb as shit is what this is. This is stupid awful. And it's going nowhere. It's going nowhere positive. How's that?
If you're going to make MJF a baby face, getting abused by the Hurt Syndicate, then why have him be a heel to Mark Briscoe? Why is it going to be so nuanced the way it is? Shades of gray in a company that just can't book anything properly. I don't know. I don't understand any of it. Maybe with the right amount of stimulants and the right amount of stimulants up my nose and the right amount of White Claw, and I would be able to understand all of this.
Make it make sense.
Makes no sense.
All right, we're moving on to Tony Schiavone in the ring, and out comes Christian. I said, okay.
My favorite segment. Two of my favorite people. Christian Cage.
Oh, my God.
A man of his size.
Glenn Taylor.
Who else is here for Don's AEW crash? Hardy's dancing save. Thank you, Glenn.
It's my brother out there.
Spot.
Yes, thank
my
you
brother's
so
getting his ass beat. Oh, I better stop dancing.
Is that my brother in the ring? It's the best. It's so bad because Edge has done it now. They've all done this dumb shit now. They all come out and are like, look at me. You're getting your ass kicked. When Hogan brought out, or when Miss Elizabeth brought out Hogan, there was no music. He just walked out. The crowd was like, oh, shit, that's Hogan.
Right.
Now they got dancing goofs.
Play the music, and all of a sudden you hear, I better get down this ramp.
It's just the dirt worst right now, dude.
The dirt worst. It's absolutely horrendous. Horrendous.
Right. So Christian Cage comes out, and this starts off pretty good. He says he's been an asshole. And I said, okay, we're going somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony Schiavone tried to give Christian Cage the microphone, and I go lie, this popped the shit out of me. Christian Cage goes, no, you hold the microphone. That's your job. I thought that was brilliant.
That was stellar. Stellar. Absolutely. That's what he's there for. Schiavone wanted to hand him the microphone and walk away like he usually does.
Yes.
And go back over and sit down as a man of his age should with a weasel in his head. But no, Christian said, you and your pet are going to stay in the ring with me. You hold that microphone. That possum he's got perched upon his cranium.
But
then, can you dye a possum brown? They're usually gray.
But then it gets worse. Because it just went on, and the crowd tried to, I guess Christian was trying to play to the crowd. I don't know. Whatever they were yelling, you couldn't hear, which was making it even worse. So he stopped like 4 times in the middle of this whole thing. It was like, it's my moment or whatever. I can't remember what the hell he said, but it was something like, no, this is my job or something like it just didn't go well.
This is my moment.
Yes. Whatever.
My time. But my time.
Whatever he did.
He was forgetting what he was saying, I think. Another one.
It was so,
was forgetting what he was saying.
Bottles, it was so fucking long. How do you not? This thing wouldn't end, man. It just kept going and going. Yes, shut your mouth when I'm conducting business. That's what he said. Thank you, Mark K. I don't know, man. It just, this shit did not end and it wouldn't stop. And I don't know what the hell to say. And he said the patriarchy's nuts dropped, but he didn't appreciate being questioned. This crowd sucks. They tried to hijack it, I said multiple times. Cage recaps the cope heat. I mean, it just went on. And then it happens where he's leaving the ring and the matriarchy, as it's now known, jumps him. And they're beating his ass. And they get the 2 chairs. And they're going to give him a standing conchairto. And it is the worst fucking thing you've ever seen in your life.
Horrible. Horrible. He and I were talking about this last night while this happened, after this happened, and we're trying to rationalize why the promo was so bad. And we both agreed he's probably worried he's going to get his brains bashed in by 2 young kids who really don't know what the hell they're doing.
You could see it from any camera angle. There was no way to hide this. It didn't come close to hitting him, which, by the way, what we're going to talk about later is insanely opposite of what this was. They were so worried that they tried to keep it so safe that you couldn't hide how bad they missed this thing. By the way, there was a guy in the crowd that shot this and posted on Twitter today, and you can see it 3 times as worse on his feed, where they just totally whipped this shit.
Looking up the ramp. They shot it from the side. They cut to the camera on the side thinking that would be better.
They're trying to hide it.
Right. and you didn't hear the crunch of steel against the skull or anything like that. You
the
just
chairs,
heard two chairs
I
hit
shit
together.
you not, were this far apart from his head when they collided. When the chairs hit that V shape, it was like this. That wasn't even remotely close. It was god awful.
Two rookies scared to death of hurting a veteran. I'm sure he was scared to death. He was scared out of his mind. They should have just laid him out on the ramp and hit him that way, where his head's on the ramp and with the top of the one chair hits the ramp. It's always too much in AEW. Too much.
And yes, Denisha, I agree that Christian segment was a hot mess. Thank you very much.
Horrible stuff. Horrible stuff.
I can't believe how bad this was.
It was so bad.
My hot pocket.
There it is.
Hot pocket. Drop my hot pocket.
FTR is with Stokely, who cuts a promo, and then the Bucks come in to be their friends. I'm like, didn't we get enough of the Bucks in the first 2 minutes of this shit?
Well, they are facing FTR in this tag team tournament or whatever it is. They are facing FTR. Tournament City.
Glenn, I'll throw you back up in a minute, buddy. We do appreciate you.
Colin for a 5 spot. Only thing they did was bust his eardrums from the sound of the chair smacking. You're probably right.
That's
He
exactly
probably couldn't
it.
hear shit when he went backstage. Have you heard? You know what? Well, we're talking about tournaments and tag tournaments. Have you heard? He's got ladies tag team championship belts.
He's wanted this for a long time. He keeps putting it off. I pray this never happens.
It's going to happen, but he said he's putting it off because 25%. Tony Khan speak, okay? 25% of the women's roster is laid up right now. They're all hurt. 25%. You know how many women employees he's got, female wrestlers he's got working there? He could put those belts on somebody, and they could lose them right away when the two people that he wants to have, when they come back.
I just do not give a shit.
I don't care either,
out, like
but
I
it's
said,
just the shenanigans of this man, what comes out of this man's mouth is just amazing.
I agree. No, I got you there. Yeah. FTR, like I said, with Stokely, the Bucks come in, and then as the FTR walks away with Stokely, they scream, "Everybody's so fickle." What? Are you fucking serious? This is the best line you could come up with at this moment was, "Why is everybody so fickle?" It's awful, Bottles. It's so bad. It's so bad. Thank you again, Colin, for the spot. We appreciate you, brother. Really do. I got nothing else to say. I'm going to move on because here it is. This is the main event, and we're going to get through this in a real quick hurry. Moxley comes out, and we're still doing this. Yes, we're still doing this. We're still coming through the crowd. We're still doing the I'm a badass walk. We're still doing everything that everyone hates about everything about what he does.
Right.
We're still doing it.
He even did the shitty mixed martial arts moves, the Brazilian jiu-jitsu moves, and probably that he does in all those practice matches, losing to the Chili's manager and the Applebee's fry cook.
Right.
You know,
Warrior JWR Don Bottles, do you think TK has ever had a girlfriend? Not one that he didn't blow up.
I think that do I think he's had a girlfriend back in high school?
I'm sure he has. I'm sure he has.
But do I think he's having coitus now with a live woman? Probably one of his employees. That's what I would say. One of his employees.
I would agree with that. I also think that money will drive women to the arms of any idiot. That's what I would say.
You, sir, are a fornicator.
You talk about the one time you got that button and it just now paid off the first night you got it.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, the great Jim Cornette. This match immediately turned into a slap fest that went to some outside bullshit to some inside bullshit. Pile driver to Page. The ref will not count them out. Will not count them out.
No.
This thing went on and on and on. And I'm not going to recap this blow for blow because I don't have the fucking patience to do so. All I'm going to say is there was a moment in this where I put this out on a tweet, and I watched this because I watched it in real time. I said to myself, oh shit, his head really hit the mat. He almost Steve Austin his ass. He almost had a bad situation. Hangman loves to do the tombstone pile driver at 5'9". I don't know why they allow a 5'9" man to give anybody a tombstone. Do you want to know why The Undertaker was allowed to do it? Because he was legit 6'9" in his prime and could keep your head above the mat and still make it look like $1 million damn dollars.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
keep you safe the whole time. MJF doesn't have the size, the frame, or the strength to do this. And Moxley, his head drove into that shit. And you could see the rolls in his neck fold up like an accordion when he did it.
Not a pretty picture. Not a pretty
No, man, I was legit scared.
There were a lot of moves that they did where Moxley would do a move on Hangman and Hangman would fight him off. That Hangman would collapse and Moxley would like roll to the ropes and he's looking at Hangman out of the corner of his eye like he was going to get up. Oh, if he's selling it, I'm going to sell it too. And he goes back down again. There was a lot of that. I guess he didn't want to be accused of not selling any moves. And there was a lot of that where they were watching each other.
They did 3 or 4 pile drivers in the course of this match. Well, not just tombstone, but just regular pile drivers.
On the ring apron, too.
On the steps, on the steel steps. And that didn't end it. You want to know what ended it? They hit a form of a pile driver, and then Hangman gave him his lariat. Okay, I'm not saying that a clothesline can't end a match, right? I'm not saying that at all.
Right.
It shouldn't follow a fucking tombstone or any kind of pile driver.
Dude, it's the same mindset that's destroyed the DDT as a finishing move. Think about that. The DDT by Jake Roberts back in the day used to be a devastating move. Remember when he DDT'd Steamboat outside the ring on the concrete?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
And he almost, allegedly, he was trying to end Steamboat's career. He came back with the collar on. His wife and kid came out with him. The wife was crying. The baby was looking around like, what the hell's going on? Steamboat was almost in tears with the collar. I think maybe he had a cane too. I don't know.
Do you know what the best part is?
The moves don't. The moves don't mean anything if you can't get them over. Getting them over doesn't mean you do 50 moves all the same in sequence. Marquez with 20 spot. So the Death Riders are banned from ringside. Marina Shafir shows up at ringside. The ref didn't call for a DQ. As the whole world crazy. Am I the only one who gives a shit about the rules? Market zero. Cats and dogs living together.
Oh, no, you don't know what
Pure
this
chaos.
is, but I do.
What's
the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one that gives a shit about the rules? Market zero. You think I'm fucking around here? Market zero. It's a lead game, Smokey.
It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable.
That's from the Big Lebowski.
Yes, I didn't see that movie. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
I can't fathom that this was what they could come up with. And by the way, at the end of this whole thing, Darby Allin jumped off the top of whatever the hell structure that is onto the crowd below.
One of the balconies. Yes. Now, what they'll do is they'll have Moxley say, Darby cost me the belt. He cost me my belt and my rematch. And now they're going to have all the shitty death matches you could possibly think of with broken glass and flaming tables and gasoline enemas and all these other things you could possibly think of they could do in a hardcore match. Thumbtack-studded dildos, all kinds of stuff they'll have in these hardcore matches.
I'll tell you back up there in a minute, Mark, but I want to get Pablo in real quick. Salute to you guys checking in, watching you guys because I refuse to watch to be part of the Dynamite ratings. They're not even out. Neither are NXT's, which makes me think, what the hell's going on out here?
It's very, very bizarre.
The next match that I said, the next match
now. While you're talking about this next match, I'm going to comb Twitter and see if they've released anything yet, Don.
How you doing, Pablo? Hope you're doing well, buddy. We appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate the 49.
Pablo's always
Please like and subscribe. Hit that notifications bell because I think we're going to have a special guest on Monday to review SummerSlam with Johnny Bottles.
Absolutely. We're going to have a show on Monday at 7 o'clock. Don's not going to be here. Don's going to be on a well-deserved vacation out with his family and drinking copious amounts of alcohol on the beach somewhere. I will be slaving away behind the console with my special guest Alt Jake from Alt Jake Takes On. Check out Alt Jake Takes On. Check out his YouTube channel. Check out his spaces that he has at 6:05, generally every Sunday night. Great show. Him and George Captor put on a great show with special guests. They even had, I think, was it the death of
they had
Awful Wrestling was on the other day?
Yeah, Awful.
Yes, yeah. Awful was on the other day. Yes. So Alt Jake will be here on Monday. Thursday will be a solo show with just Johnny Bottles. Let's hope we can get through that unscathed.
If you do it. There's no guarantee he's going to do that. So please check us out.
What?
We are going to have some we might even have a moment where Johnny puts ketchup on a hot dog. You never know.
And I'll eat it right in front of you.
Billy and Athena versus
that
Alex.
Was strangely arousing.
What is happening?
Go ahead. You're jumping in with these things. Go ahead.
Billy and Athena take on Alex Windsor Thong and Tony Storm. And I was like, I'm not watching this, but Athena wins. Next. Renee is with Paige. Renee is with Paige. MJF comes in, calls Paige a coward. Weird ending. Renee just stands there. Like this whole thing went weird on me.
The whole show went weird on you.
Yeah, but this was bizarrely weird. And then Willow has a pre-recorded segment with somebody that they haven't shown the whole night where she decides she's going to fight Tickler tomorrow night live from Collision.
The Tickler. They need people for Collision, Don. They're trying to get people to watch it. Okay, really we've got an NXT rating. Apparently, the ratings are delayed by 1 day.
Let me finish. Mark Briscoe fought Ricochet. Nobody gave a shit. Go ahead.
675,000.
Golly Moses.
675, and the main event
that's
was Santino Marella.
That's pretty strong. I watched it, actually. I actually watched this.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go. And the neckbeards are all shitting all over Blake Monroe because they said, you saw it. You're on Twitter. You saw it. It was a shitty promo, blah, blah, blah. Who's booking this? Tony Storm. You need RJ City to make anything out of Mariah May, blah, blah, blah. Come on, man. Good Lord
that
Almighty.
Rug really tied the room together. Here's sort of my point that I want to get into real quick. SummerSlam is Saturday and Sunday, and the neckbeards were going crazy because about a month ago, they only had around 45,000 seats sold. They're like, you've only got 45 for night 2, and you've only got 40 for night, 40 for night 1 and 2. Now they're up to 50 and 52,000 seats sold. Right. 102,000 people are going to watch a wrestling show over 2 days. 102,000.
That's not people. Even counting who will buy tickets within the next 3 days. Walk-ups.
Yeah, also. We're not done yet.
We're not done yet.
Ropes of Rock and Ropes Wrestling, by the way, he's going to it. He's there now. He bought tickets. He's there. He's going to go to it. A couple other friends of mine are going as well. So I'm very excited about it.
The rational uncle of the IWC, Ropes. What did you guys expect when you brought him in to do your space? What did you expect?
He is the calm.
Don blew up a space, and Ropes was the co-host, but he didn't get there until later. I don't know what you guys expected from this from Don. You bring Don in, you say the things you say to him, and what do you expect him to do? He's going to blow up the space, you know. What do you expect him to do? The great Ropes. Love you, Ropes. You guys are.
He's the best.
He's the best.
Love you too. Well, love both those guys, man. They're good people.
Yes, they are.
But I want to cover that because yes, DJ is especially. So here's the thing, right? We're going to get through this whole thing. Like I said, I'm going to be on vacation. I'm expecting a lot out of this SummerSlam. If we don't get a lot, I'm not even tuning into wrestling next week or even checking the news on it. I'm really not. You've got to give me something, WWE, because your next PLE is like 2 months away. It's going to be a long time in between segments. You're going to have to give me something juicy on the bone to make me want to check this out in the coming months. You really are. Because right now, you're just treading water.
You need title changes. You need new people coming up from NXT. Maybe 1 or 2 people who are big names from NXT to come in. Maybe bring Jordan Grace up. And finally,
Greg would love that.
Yes. Yes, and you would need the man who's injured and never got surgery yet, Seth Rollins. Don't you find it conspicuous that the man never got his leg operated on yet? I don't even think he went in for an MRI yet. Usually when someone's injured, Liv Morgan separated her shoulder, and 2 days later, she had surgery, and pictures of it were all over Twitter. But Seth Rollins is still gipping around on a crutch.
We said this multiple times. We weren't sure that it was a legit injury. I wasn't sure that it was. I still think it might be a work, and I'm getting closer and closer to saying he's going to cash in that Money in the Bank. We've said it before. Triple H hates that Money in the Bank briefcase shit.
Yes. I think he wants to get it over with right away. He's probably getting flashbacks to Damian Priest having that son of a bitch for a year. Almost a year before he cashed it.
I hope something
What about
fun
Drew
happens.
McIntyre? What about Drew McIntyre, who went to a wedding?
He's stuck.
In the
No,
UK.
he's stuck. He's stuck.
That could
he
be
can't get a work visa to come back.
That could be bullshit also. He's in that Jelly Roll match. He's Logan Paul's tag team partner. They're floating around The Miz. The Miz said, well, yeah, maybe I can do it. Yeah.
Did you see Jelly Roll when he was on that late night talk show and they jumped him?
Yes, I saw that clip. Yes.
I couldn't believe he yelled that shit. It was
That's
funny.
my purse. I don't know you.
When he got excited, his voice got higher. It was very strange.
Yes, it's amazing.
Very, very strange.
It's very amazing.
You know what he said? He's going in next year to have all the loose skin removed from his body.
Thank you again, Mark. Glenn Taylor in here again. AEW booking committee is cooked. Dave Meltzer's delusional in his defense of Tony.
Yes, he is. That's why I think Dave Meltzer is a co-owner of AEW.
It has to be, right? It has to be.
It's got to be.
Otherwise, I don't understand why he gets so emotionally tied to a company he allegedly has no ties to, and him ripping on a show that he fully admitted today he hasn't seen yet. That's crazy work. That's crazy
formula
work, man.
That he's putting in that hair of his is just rotting his brain. I don't know what you can't be that psychotic about a wrestling company. If the only way is if you're a 15-year-old boy on Twitter or who doesn't get laid.
Never seen a boob. No,
Never
just
seen
a boob. Not even get laid, just not a boob. You've never seen
just
a boob.
In person.
Yes.
Yes.
If you touch one, it's game over. It's like Forrest Gump the first time he touched one. Sorry, I ruined your rope Bates bathrobe.
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
Dave Meltzer has no dick.
Trent, by the way, says that Drew McIntyre posted a video today, he thinks, in the U.S., so he's maybe here. Interesting.
Could very well be. Could very well be. I firmly believe that Meltzer is.
I can fly.
I believe. Say it. Go ahead.
I know that guy. I want to piss on you. I'm not singing hard.
How's that go again?
I want to piss on you.
Piss in the ass. Piss coming from my ass.
Good
R. Kelly,
Lord,
ladies and gentlemen, in jail right now.
R. Kelly, everyone. Yes, he's singing that to his cellmate right now. Piss in my ass.
No, but there is no booking committee in AEW. It's all on one guy, and he doesn't give a shit. And he's going to do it the way he thinks it should be done. Damn the fans. Damn the torpedoes. Full speed ahead with this awful idea, which, by the way, Bully Ray came out and said after that match last night, Moxley needs to go away for a while. And we've been saying it for months. He should have gone away after All In. I don't know what this did from the booking committee. I don't know why you would continue down this road of nothingness. Like, why would you keep going this way? I don't understand it, dude.
You know what the definition of insanity is? To keep doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result every time you do it. He's a lunatic. That's all I can think of. He's a lunatic. Pathological liar, lunatic, prevaricator,
provocateur,
fornicator. What? Rocketeer? Is that what you say?
No, provocateur.
Provocateur? Provocateur. Yes. What was that album? Yes. Agent Provocateur. Who had that album? Foreigner. Agent Provocateur.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. I just got their greatest hits. Foreigner had too many hits for me to remember. I do want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Thank you so much. I hope everybody has a safe weekend. Excuse me. Like and subscribe. Hit the notifications button. Thank you all for the stream. Thank you for the super chats.
I want to tell them what I told you before we started the show. When Ozzy Osbourne passed away, everyone's talking about people who work with Ozzy. I had no idea that Lemmy Kilminster from Motorhead, Triple H's #1 favorite musician, was the guy who wrote Mom, I'm Coming Home for Ozzy Osbourne. I had no idea that happened, but apparently they were very, very good friends.
Let me ask something. This has been the debate for as long as I can remember, and I think I might have changed my mind on it, but who invented heavy metal? Was it Ozzy or was it Zeppelin? Sorry, Black Sabbath.
Heavy metal was invented by a group called Steppenwolf. This has been documented by music critics.
Let's go this way. Who took it mainstream?
Mainstream, actually having hits with it, Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
Born to be Wild and Magic Carpet Ride.
I don't find Steppenwolf to be heavy metal in any way, shape, or form.
At the time,
I do not.
They were. No. They even coined the term heavy metal. Get your motor run ahead on the highway. Heavy metal thunder. Yes.
No, that's not heavy metal.
John Kay and Steppenwolf. Well, look. Back in the day when you had Helen Reddy on the radio.
Who was credited with creating heavy metal?
Here's an answer from Grant.
Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, or Deep Purple are credited. I disagree.
You had those guys.
I mean, you can be wrong.
Steppenwolf, I can be wrong. Steppenwolf predated those guys, and Ted Nugent and the Amboy Dukes had a hit with Journey to the Center of Your Mind before any of those people recorded any tracks.
Bottles, you're talking about one-hit guys that didn't do much. I can name shit from a band called UPO you've never heard of. It doesn't mean that they created a genre.
UPO?
Yeah, no, UPO.
You said who created the term heavy metal? Who created heavy metal?
No. Who created the music heavy metal? Not the term, the actual music. Because I don't think Black Sabbath knew what the hell to call it when they made it. And
someone actually... Who did it first? You have to go and check who actually put the albums out first. Who recorded the singles first and put them out there? Who did it first? And I'm telling you, I firmly believe Steppenwolf and then Ted Nugent and the Amboy Dukes.
I mean,
would you say Ted Nugent is heavy metal?
No, not at all.
You don't think so?
Not at all. Not a chance in hell. No.
Cash Scratch Fever is not heavy metal.
No, that's a rock song. No.
Great White Buffalo. Great White Buffalo.
Jesus.
Great White Buffalo. Is it heavy metal?
I don't
Free
know
for All?
No.
Wango Tango? That's not heavy metal.
What the hell are you doing now?
I'm naming Ted Nugent songs.
You're naming rock and roll songs. And I don't know. It's only rock and roll.
Heavy metal rock and roll also? It's a form of rock and roll? I love it.
Thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe. See you in a week or two. We'll see. I ain't going to be here next week.
Till next week, Gordon Soley saying so long from the Sunshine State.